Hi, this is Manishka Jessica, host of Luco T Podcast. Thank you for tuning into Luco T Podcast. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being an audience of Luco T Podcast, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. What I want to do today is talk about the JFK file. I personally think when this is released, it will pick up the world and drop it on its head. Let me get into why I am saying that. If the full, uncensored JFK files ever saw daylight, the entire world order would implode on contact. Let me repeat. I don't think it would just implode. I think half of this world will be cracked in four pieces if it is released, unentered, un, unaltered, uncensored. These aren't just secret. They're DNA of lies that lasted over 60 years. The file is a roadmap to the machinery of betrayal. It doesn't just implicate a lone gunman, it denotes the myth of national innocence. The government fall, agency burn, and every world leader start checking their own back because what happened in Dallas was not just a murder, it was a message. This file isn't about Lee Harvey Oswald. That's the cover. The file traced a triangle of death: CIA, mafia, and rogue intelligence operative. A murder so orchestrated it turns the White House into a haunted crime scene. The file showed that JFK wasn't taken out for what he did, but for what he planned to undo. The CIA, the Fed, the Cold War machine was going to break their power, so they broke him. You want to know why those files were redacted for decades? Because the name inside are not just dusty relic of history. Their bloodlines, foundation, trust funds. They are still running things. It's not history. It's an active operation, unfinished business. You unlock those files and the chain reaction starts from DC to Langley to Wall Street to Brussels to the Vatican. Wait for it. This isn't conspiracy theory. It's part of the story they never wanted taught. JFK File is a how-to manual on empire maintenance. It shows how to eliminate the threats with a public smile and a private bullet. It shows how intelligence agencies use journalism like weapons and media network like silencer. It proved American democracy was hijacked long before most of us were born. What if the file confirmed that LBJ knew that the Secret Service stood down? Oswald was a pawn, then a patsy, then die, just in time. That there were shooters at the grassy knoll, and that the magic bullet theory was inside joke, passed around, Washington like a dirty coin. These aren't wild ideas. They're likely truth buried under decades of lies and erased evidence. If this file dropped in full, the average American wouldn't know whether to rot or to vomit. It would tear apart the idea that the US is governed by its Constitution. It would prove the deep state is not a theory, it's an organism, and Kennedy assassination was its violent birth. Every president after JFK has walked in his shadow. or walk in fear of becoming him. What's darker, this file doesn't just cover up the murder, it covers the celebration. That certain fraction were glad to see him go. That the Cold War puppeteers saw him as a loose cannon with peace on his mind. And peace is bad for profit. They didn't want peace in Vietnam. They wanted business, blood soaked body bag, logistic contract. And JFK, he was bad for business. You open that file, you reveal a trail of blackmail, foreign intelligence, collaboration, domestic coups, and ritualistic power play that redefine what America is. This isn't about one man dying in Dallas. It's about an illusion of choice. It's about how elections are theater, how truth is whatever they can suppress long enough to call it history. The file is more dangerous than a nuclear code because nuclears are a threat, but the file, that's proof, that's receipt, that's betrayal, notarized, and archived. Once the world know what really and it, the U.S. government lose its scarce mass. Allies won't look at the U.S. the same. Enemies will laugh, and the citizen they'll stop believing, which is the only thing holding the whole damn thing together. So when you hear them talk about national security, when hiding the file, you know this. It's not our security they protect, it is theirs. Because the JFK file is a mirror, one they can't afford to let us look into. Because if we do, we won't just question the past, we'll reject the present. Everything that came after Daily Plaza, it will be seen for what it really is, an aftermath of a silent coup. So we hear a lot about the JFK. I believe that it will be released uncensored, unredacted, but I do believe that the people that are asking for it, I don't believe they'll be able to handle the truth. I personally think this will actually pick up the damn planet and drop it on its head. It wouldn't just drop it on its head. I think it'd break the goddamn global structure in four damn pieces. So I'm not sure where they're going with this. The ones that want this to be released, because I am one that actually like to look at things from many angle, many direction, and I've always, I guess I really didn't quite realize why I've always been an introvert because I have so much questions and so many things that I ask myself, and I think about a lot of things. And this is one of the things that I've always thought about once I start hearing about it. When I looked at the video, I'm like, wait a minute. I heard one set of story, but my eyes were seeing something. So it was as if they were telling me, don't believe your lying eyes. Listen to this, because what I saw, it looked like the wife, Jackie O, looked like she was running away from him. It didn't quite look like it. It just looked like she was getting out the way. And I'm like, holy moly, did I see that? But yet the story was saying totally different. And then I'm seeing people pointing in a different direction. And like, wait a minute, what the fudge am I seeing here? So it was like the set of story they gave and what my eyes were seeing was totally different. And then I thought maybe I was being a prick. Maybe I was being like, maybe something's not right with me. And so I one day said the quiet part out loud. And I'm like, hey, I don't believe what they're saying because that's not what my eyes saw when I look at the video. I mean, there's so many things going on. It's so fluid over there. And I like it's gonna sound crazy. Just the thought of me saying that I didn't believe the story that they were saying about what went on that day. and I believe something totally different went on that day. So I was like, hey, this is what I believe transpired that day. And I was shocked. I was the only one that didn't believe the so-called official narrative. Like, this stuff is missing a lot of piece, man. This is not, the imagery don't quite look right. And so at that time, I realized that I'm not sure how it got like this in this dimension, in this realm. A lot of people seem like they're on autopilot, or if they're not in autopilot, it's something either they know the truth is a lot more disturbing, so they rather stay asleep. They're like, no, I don't want to hear it. They know it. They know what they're being told is not factual, but I guess they just don't want to deal with it because they've been lied to so much. So they don't even bother with, like, no, I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. Let's not go shake up the hornet's nest. And yes, we know they're doing things all messed up and screwed up over there, but let them continue. So I feel like it's the opposite of what people think. People think that they are in coma. I said they're not in coma stage. That's, because there were people that I thought really didn't give a fudge about anything that went on the planet, and I was shocked one day. Like, why do you act like you? They said I do care. It's just that it's nothing I can do about it. It's messed up. It's been messed up for a long time, and I was shocked. Somebody said I see everything, and the person said they doing a whole fudging things to everybody. Everybody's getting screwed by the same click, but no one knows what to do about it. And then after that, I saw the person went la 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 la, la, and I was like, "Whoa, what did I get a glimpse at?" And then I would get glimpses and glimpses of that throughout my life. So the thing is, it's going to be hard to get majority of human engaged into what's going on, so they can take accountability of what's transpiring in this dimension. And that's where no one quite understands, how do we get them engaged? How do we get the fellow human beings engaged in what's going on here? A thing can't stop until they become actively in and engage in it, you know. But anyway, I truthfully believe this. Woo-wee, it's a big boy. It's the real big boy. This JFK file. Woo, yo, I don't think y'all ready for that. I don't think y'all can handle that. Believe me, I don't think y'all can handle that. But good, y'all. I mean, I don't know where y'all going with this. Y'all want the truth. Y'all willing to like explode every damn thing. I don't think y'all thinking clear. This one right here, woo. Bet your bottom dollar they're gonna be tears. From page one, however many pages they release, if this is released uncensored, unaltered, there's gonna be tears. And I wouldn't be surprised if we hear people howling like wolves up in here. Okay. This right here, this is going to go off. Woo! All right. All right. Is that what y'all want? Are y'all sure y'all can handle the truth? All right. Don't be asking for the truth. You can't handle it now. All right. Thank you for listening to Luco T Podcast. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being in my audience today. And thank you for subscribing to this channel. Please subscribe and like, drop a comment. Bye.